Cyclic forms of monosaccharides. This is an example of a cyclic form of D-glucose. This type of monosaccharide contains 6 carbon atoms. The type of ring that will enable to accommodate this sugar is the pyranose ring. Cyclic structure. Aldehydes and ketones react with alcohol to form hemiacetals. Cyclic hemiacetals form readily when hydroxyl and carbonyl groups are part of the same molecule, and their interaction can form a 5 or a 6-membered ring. For a 5-membered ring, the type of ring that will be formed is furanose ring. For a 6-membered ring, the type of ring that will be formed is pyranose ring. Special terminology for cyclic monosaccharide structures. Anomers. These are the hemiacetal carbon atom that are present in a cyclic monosaccharide structure. It is the carbon atom that is bonded to an hydroxyl group and to the oxygen atom in the heterocyclic ring. Cyclic monosaccharide formation always produces 2 stereoisomers. These are the alpha and the beta form. Anomers are cyclic monosaccharides that differ only in the position of the substituents on the anomeric carbon atom. This is an example of an alpha and a beta anomer. On the first picture, we will see the open structure. This is also called the Fischer projection structure. On the next picture, we will see the closed structure, which is also called the Howard projection formula. The ones that are being encircled are the hydroxyl group that are found on the carbon 1 atom of the ring pyranose. For alpha glucose, we will see that the hydroxyl group will be attached on the C1 carbon, specifically below. Whereas for the beta, we will see on the C1 part of the ring, it is positioned in the upper portion. This is an example of an alpha and beta anomers. The ones being highlighted are the hydroxyl groups. For the alpha glucose, hydroxyl group is being placed below. For the beta group, the hydroxyl group will be placed on top. This will be on the C1 of the pyranose ring. Cyclic forms of other monosaccharide. A cyclic monosaccharide containing 6-atom ring is called pyranose, whereas a 5-atom ring is called furanose. The Howard projection formula. This is a 2-dimensional structural notation that specifies the 3-dimensional structure of a cyclic form of monosaccharide. The founder of the Howard projection is Mr. Walter Norman Howard. In a Howard projection, the hemiacetal ring system is viewed edge-on, with the oxygen ring atom at the upper right for the 6-membered ring and at the top for the 5-membered ring. This will be the oxygen. for pyranose ring. And this will be the oxygen that is present in the furanose ring. The D and the L form of monosaccharide. The D and the L form of a monosaccharide is determined by the position of the terminal alcohol, or this is the CH2OH on the highest numbered ring carbon atom. In the D form, this group is being positioned above the ring. In the L form, the terminal CH2OH is positioned below the ring. On the first picture, it will show us the D form. It will be seen on the highest carbon and it is placed on top. On the L form, as you can see on the picture, the CH2OH will be positioned below the ring. For the D and the L form of the monosaccharide, we are going to take a look at the structure, get the highest numbered carbon atom, and then that will be the terminal alcohol or the terminal CH2OH. If it is in D form, then we are going to place it on top. If it is in L form, then we are going to place the terminal alcohol below the ring. Alpha and beta configuration. Alpha or beta configuration is determined by the position of the hydroxyl group on carbon 1. In a beta configuration, the group will be placed on top. In an alpha configuration, the group will be placed below. This is a picture that shows the location of the alpha and the beta configuration, including the D configuration. If we want to locate the alpha and beta configuration, we are going to take a look at carbon number 1. If the hydroxyl group is being placed below, then this will be alpha. If the hydroxyl group is being placed on top, then this will be beta. On the picture, we can also see the highest carbon atom that bears our terminal alcohol. They are both placed on top, therefore, they are also in D configuration. The name of the first monosaccharide is alpha-D-glucose, whereas on the second, it will be beta-D-glucose. A wavy line. In situations where alpha or beta configurations does not matter, the hydroxyl group in carbon number 1 is placed in a horizontal position and a wavy line is being used as the bond that will connect it to the ring. Based on the given picture, we will see a wavy line. This wavy line would mean that the alpha or the beta configuration does not matter. Identity of each monosaccharides. The specific identity of a monosaccharide is determined by the positioning of the other hydroxyl group in the Howard projection formula. Bear in mind that any hydroxyl groups at the chiral center that is to the right in a Fisher projection points down in Howard projection formula. On the other hand, any group to the left in a Fisher projection formula points up in Howard projection formula.